Heather's workshop. I wanted to give you guys a quick holiday message. I'm going to show you a few things I've been working on, but I got my mojo. I wasn't going to decorate for Christmas this year, especially since I was moving in the middle of like right after last Christmas. And when I moved, my tree was still up and decorated at TJ's house, and it remained that way all fucking year. And I went over there many times to try to get it, and I bought like plastic wrap that I was just gonna wrap the whole thing with. And every time either my truck was too full or there were other things I needed to get, and it got to the point where I was like, why don't you just plug the fucking tree in and you can use it for Christmas. I'm gonna see. I didn't put a message up tonight to tell anybody that I was gonna go live because it doesn't usually work. So I'm gonna wait like a minute or two and just bullshit with you and see if anyone shows up. And don't leave me hanging. Anne always comes to my live videos. I wanted to show you guys some last minute ornaments that I've been making. Great gift giving ideas. If you have anyone on your list that in the last minute you forgot to get something for, or they prefer a little homemade gift, I'm working on. I've turned my pool table back into a complete crafting station, but it's also going to get a little bit dark because I have all the lights out with my candles lit. I'm going to show you the stuff that I've made so far for this year too. So I wound up, I do not think that I posted the video on epoxy yet. I had a mishap with the epoxy, and there's a whole what not to do for the epoxy. But I wound up making these, I wanted to make the ornaments that they're selling in the stores in a 3-pack that are like, fucking, let me turn the light on for a minute. Oh, it was already on. I wanted to make those 3 gold Christmas ball ornaments that light up that Walmart was selling for like $60. I was like, I'm not paying that. And I struggled to make them. I was using paper mache, but I wound up using paper lanterns, and I did get them done. So let me turn this back out because they're not that bright. They're very, they're dim. Hold on. So there they are. So I got them done, and I love them. I made this years ago. That was at Kohl's. Kohl's was selling that probably 5 or 6 years ago, and they were selling this for like $60. And I'm like, I'm not fucking paying $60 for that. So I made it with scrap wood. This is the inside of an Arnold Palmer iced tea can that I folded into the top of the ornament. I glued a $1.97 Walmart ornament, 2 $1.97 ornaments, and then I got these little lights that are battery operated. So I have that on one wall. And then I love the gold ones. So I'm going to turn the lights back on. Where's my light? There it is. Who's here? Who's that? Hi. Wade Bell. Hello. So I'm going over, we have a couple people. So I'm going over all the stuff that I've been making and a few more things that if you have last minute gifts that you need to make for people. I'm updating my ornaments. So I'll show you some of the other stuff. This is my pool table. It's a shit show. So I've been painting ornaments. I found a box of these unpainted ornaments from like a couple of years ago. So I've been spray painting them, and then I've been painting them with like poinsettia and then putting glitter on them. I have a few different Christmas trees. So this one is for my peacock tree. It's all birds. And then I have a whole box of these, and I do love these. These are the snowflakes, but they're all the same color, and they get a little monotonous. So I made a bunch. They're just hanging up here to dry. So I've changed the color of them because I want them to be more of a teal and turquoise instead of just ice blue. And I'm making them in a variety of colors. So I did a dark teal, and I've actually mixed the glitter. So when I have like 3 or 4 different shades of glitter, I'll put them all in one little container, and I'll mix them to make them darker. So I took like a dark blue, light blue, turquoise, and a little bit of green, and I mixed them all into one container. And when you shake it up, you can sort of change, like mixing paint. Um, Thank you. Yeah, yeah. I love anything creative. I love to do. So I'm gonna put these. I'll show you my trees. I'm probably gonna jump around a little bit. I'm gonna get the stuff that I made, and then actually one of those ornaments I painted red, even though it was blue. I painted it red and I put red glitter on it. So I have 4 Christmas trees, but I only put 2 up this year. And I wound up having to rearrange the furniture in my living room to make room for a second tree. But I think I like the furniture better that way. And so it's going to stay that way. So we're going to go in the kitchen. And I'm all decorated in my kitchen. My tree light, my truck lights up, but the tree was lit yesterday and I left it on too long. The batteries died. But Hobby Lobby everything is on sale. Hobby Lobby put all of their Christmas stuff on sale 60% off like a week ago. So I went hog fucking wild. And I love the bows on the cabinets. My kitchen was clean, but now it's not because I had company yesterday for the football game. So my table is ready to go. I'll put a little bit of light on. I love the glow. I got the Santa, $10 for 4 of those Santa chair covers. I put the lights burned out on that, so I got another small set and put them in myself and hot glued them. But I love all the stuff. Oh, and I love these. Look at the velvet. What is that, velvet? So my table looks like it's set, but I'm not having any company. We'll go this way. Oh, hold on. This isn't playing the way it's supposed to. It's my Christmas clock. Ooh, shit. Now it's not going to play at all. It just played. It plays music every hour. And now it fell off. Why won't it play? Whatever. I'll come back to that later. Anyway, so here's my first tree. This is my peacock and bird tree. So everything is turquoise. Turquoise, blue, and some purple. I'm going to put these new ornaments. This is my no, everything's decorated. Everything. And then let's see. Oh, Hobby Lobby, 60% off. The candy canes in the kitchen I got. This is my cardinal section for my brother. And I just had the music box going for Nightmare Before Christmas. So all the cardinals are for my brother. And then, let's see my tree. See, I have all birds. I love these. See the big peacock? Big old peacock. So let me put this down. I have a couple of these. This is I love those. A lot of different birds with feathers. It's either purple or turquoise, all peacock and birds. Oops. All peacocks and birds. And I love those sticks that stick out. Yeah. And I get a little melancholy for Christmas. I love Christmas. And I have a chicken. Look at my chicken tree topper. But it's all birds and peacocks. And then, of course, I have cardinals for my brother. But I love the ornaments. I just absolutely, took me years to collect them all. But, I'm doing the new thing with those sticks that stick out and they pop out all over the place. I just love the birds. And then, wait till you see my bathroom. I decorated that too. So I'm going to put these on quick. I'll put this one. We'll stick this one here. And then this one we're going to put somewhere down here. I don't think there's anything in this. I don't know. I'm going to find an area. How about here? We'll move that in a little. Oops. Hang on. I'll go there. That's not working. I'll fix it later. I might have to stick some in the front because when I come up the walkway, this tree is in the window from when I come up my front walkway. So I get to see it coming in the house. And then I'm going to show you guys, I made this massive wreath. One of my other projects that I did a video on was I trimmed the shrubs out front and I made a 9-foot wreath. Huge. It was all across my kitchen floor for weeks. And one of the things I was saying at the beginning is I had a bad moment with epoxy and I had to mix 2 gallons of it to salvage making a mistake with it. And I wound up epoxying this wreath and it's hanging. I couldn't get out the window to put ape shit about Walmart not. Oh my gosh, yeah. I almost went ape shit again tonight when I food shopped. But I hung that on my garage because the roof was frozen. I couldn't get up on the house. Here is my other tree. This one is my red and gold tree. So it's all, and I got little legs sticking out of it. So this one is all red and gold. And I ran out of extension cord, so I can't light the treetop. I think I have, let me put the light on. This one is all red and gold ornaments and a lot of trucks and campers. So my goal at some point is to have a Christmas tree in every room, and it'll be a different theme. So one of them will be like nutcrackers. This one has like the campers and the trees, but it's a lot of poinsettias and a lot of gold. So this one's all red and gold. And I like to do the ribbons on them. I got these. I had no ornaments, by the way. I got all of these at Hobby Lobby or the Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree had some really nice ornaments. This one's Dollar Tree. And then I have the little stuff that sticks out. But I'm making a whole bunch of ornaments to put on the tree. And then the rest of it, we're all decorated. But, and then here's my camper that lights up. By the way, I get melancholy around the holidays because I don't have family and I'm going to the movies. So I'm kind of excited. I have 2 sets of tickets. I'm going to spend like half the day in the movies. I'm going to go see the new Timothy Chalamet movie, Martin Supreme or Marty Supreme. And I'm also going to go see the new Kate Hudson Song Sung Blue Neil Diamond movie. So that's what I'm going to do for Christmas. And this year I'm like, fuck it. You know what I did? I bought myself presents and fucking wrapped them. So that one's mine. That one's for TJ. That little one down there, that one's mine. And then under the other tree, I have some of these are mine. I don't know. I may have gotten jewelry from Macy's. I may have gotten new seat covers for my truck. I don't know. There's some presents under here that are for me. And I'm going to open them. And then I'll show you some of the ones I got from Dollar Tree today. Dollar Tree got, I bought some more. Like I have any room on that tree for more ornaments. I got these at Dollar Tree. Hold on. I got more. These are pretty nice. Some of them you get two for $1.50. So and I'm gonna paint them or I'll put glitter on them or something. And then I got a little more candy for my stocking because I fucking made myself a stocking. Oh, all the stockings are over here. So TJ, everyone's got their own stocking, including the chickens. And the chickens are bark, bark, bark. And then there's my old dog Baxter. And then there's Pumpkin, my cat, and Stitch. And then my 2 daughters. And then this is my stocking. So I made my own stocking this year. I look like Sid from Ice Age. I do? I don't know. I don't know if that's nice. Your hair looks like Krusty the Clown from Bart Simpson. Okay, well, you should probably go fuck yourself. Whatever. You can leave. Who gives a fuck? Whatever. So I'm working on, here. Oh, I told you I was going to show you the bathroom. Oh, this is what we do with the elf on the shelf at our house. I think that's actually what we're going to do with like Ala 73B or whatever. I'm shaped like an old sippy cup. What is your fucking problem? You can't even see what I'm shaped like. Tell you what. Why don't you kiss me under the fucking mistletoe? French kisses only, asshole. Please. Here's my other elf on the shelf. But look at here's my Christmas shower curtain. It's got chickens. My bath mats have chickens. And my toilet seat lights up. This is my toilet seat. So that way you don't miss when you have to pee in the dark. Right, Alla? Obviously, somebody let an asshole in here tonight, but I'm just going to ignore it because it's whatever. So I'm going to show you the rest of the crafts that I'm going to make. If you have anybody on your list that needs to that you need to make a gift for, or if you haven't finished decorating and you need some more ornaments, I'm going to show you a couple of things that I'm working on. And I also love to do decoupage because I feel like decoupage is so much fun. And then I have a bunch of seashells. I bought seashells because I used to make these decoupage like jewelry trinket dishes when I had my Etsy page. This one is an old one that I never quite finished. It was in my workshop and it got dusty. So I cleaned it off, but I made a new shade of glitter. I painted the back. I'm going to put a hole in it with a drill, and then I'll put a hook on it. I'm going to make an ornament out of this one. And so I painted this one last night. This one's going to go on the red and gold tree. And then I can show you. Oh, so also what I made everybody for Christmas this year, I do homemade gifts for Christmas. So I made everyone belts. I made everyone a leather belt for Christmas. And my daughter's boyfriend loves Spider-Man. So I got him this old collectible Spider-Man belt buckle. And then this is where I had to connect a bunch of pieces to get it to be the right size and to hide the seams. I put rivets in. But I wound up using, instead of regular rivets, what the hell do they call these things? I got a kit. So they're a little bit larger and they hold better than the rivets. So this is the black leather Spider-Man belt for my daughter's boyfriend. And then I wound up purchasing a new belt buckle so I can make one for TJ. But I'm also making him, he's into crows now, so making him a whirligig. So the whirligig is those things that are in your backyard where when the wind blows, the wings spin. So I have the wings cut. I just have to attach them. And when I attach them, they have to go on with certain types of screws with a shank, so they spin in the wind. So I still have to finish that. I'm working on those. And let's see. Are there any questions about what ornaments you want to see made first? I can either show you how I paint them with like the poinsettias or birds or feathers, or we can just do the spray paint ones for these and change the glitter, and I can show you how to mix glitter. Thank you. I actually have. I should go grab my belts. I didn't finish. I tried to make one for myself as practice first, so that I would get, if it was screwed up, it would be mine and not a gift. And I have to make one more. I bought a belt buckle that I'm going to try to engrave someone's initials in. I don't know how that's going to go. But let me go upstairs because my belt is fucking stellar. And I just didn't finish it. And my office is a mess. Oop. It's my office and crafting room. So I will not be turning the camera around because I haven't finished unpacking it. So there's just shit everywhere in this room. So this is the box of the belt making stuff. And here's my belt. Here's my belt. So this is the belt that I made for me. And I didn't quite finish it. I love the buckle. I put patches of leather on it to make it like boho and unique. And then I used rivets to put on old pieces of broken belt chain that were decorative. And then I'm actually lacing suede leather through the holes. That's the part that's taking me so long. So I haven't finished mine. But that's okay because I just have to get the Christmas ones done first. Then I have another belt I'm working on, which has what are they called? I forget what they're called. The big chunky stones. But I have to pull out here. So TJ has, I think I'm making him a brown belt. So I have the belt strap for his, and I got him, he loves paisley. So I found this metal paisley men's belt buckle, and I'm just going to etch his initials into the middle. And I have that stuff downstairs, but I wanted to get the belt buckle. My belt I thought was, let's see. Okay, so the leather stuff, I actually did a whole live video on the leather making like 2 weeks ago, and I deleted it by mistake while it was processing because YouTube started making shorts out of it like while it was processing, and I'm like, okay, well, I didn't want those. So I started deleting the shorts, But I didn't realize that when you delete the shorts and the video itself is still processing, it deletes the whole thing. So it was an hour and a half live video erased, just gone. And I was like frantically Googling, how do I get, you can't get it back no matter what. So I was going to make a video. I did start a video on belt making, and I haven't, this is the first time I've ever made belts. I have some pretty cool tools. I can go over that in a little while. I'll bring the box downstairs. I got leather punches. They're pretty inexpensive. They'll punch shapes, diamonds, moons, hearts, all kinds of stuff you can punch into the belt to make patterns. But I bought like rivet sets. Amazon sells a lot of that stuff really cheap. Like 500 different rivets and rhinestones for like 20 bucks. And you get like 500 to 600 sets of them in different size rhinestones. So you can actually, those rivets that hold your jeans together and stuff, those, they come in rhinestones. So you can decorate your belt with those. And I think this is, I bought this by mistake. This is too girly. So I'm not using this for TJ's. But this is the leather punch set that does, oh no, these are my seashells. I got more seashells. So I got these on Amazon to make the decoupage stuff with. But I have to get used to making the live videos. I'm so used to being able to pause and then going to get stuff. And I know I can't do that with the live. I don't know where his belt buckle is. It should be in here. It's in here somewhere, but I have too much shit all over the table. Is it? Oh, here it is. Okay. So this is the belt buckle that I ordered. That's why I'm choosing a brown belt, because it came in a different shade than I expected. So I think this was like $9 on Amazon. So this is going to be his belt buckle. He loves paisley. I'm going to see if I can just sort of buff out a section in the middle to make it smooth. And then I have like etching tools, and I'm going to try to etch his initials into it. But I'm going to practice on the shitty belt buckle that I don't like, because this, I'm not sending it back. It's too girly anyway. I'm going to practice on this one because I don't want to fuck this up. And then because it's like a bronze color, I'm using the brown leather strap that I bought from the Weatherly Leather Company. The other belt, this one is not a belt strap. I had to make this and cut it from different pieces of remnant leather. Hobby Lobby sells, let's see, hold on one second. I have an old leather bag I made years ago. If I had a way to send it, I would, use the, you know what? Why would you get rid of it? If you made it, you should keep it. Hobby Lobby sells bags, and they come in like 1 pound, 2 pound. It's remnant leather. So it comes in big pieces of like scrap leather, but some of them are pretty big sheets in a variety of colors, thicknesses. And it's, when I bought it a couple years ago, it was $8.99. I don't know what it costs now, but I made most of these belts out of that stuff. This was all scrap leather from the Hobby Lobby bag. And in the cases where it was like a little bit thin, I wound up gluing with Aleene's super adhesive fabric glue, the soft suede side inside to make them thicker and more of a belt, which, because the belt straps I got from Amazon sucked. This, I don't have to do anything with. This is actually a belt strap that I got from a leather company. So I kind of felt like this was cheating. The other ones had more effort into them, but this is more of like an actual belt. It's going to come out more polished looking, which TJ working in an office should have a proper belt. And, you know, my daughter's boyfriend playing video games, he can wear the homemade looking Batman belt, and he'll like it. But this one I'm going to put through here. I just have to get the rivets and put it together. And this company, actually, Weatherly, sells the loops that match the leather so that it holds the belt in place. And then when you're putting the buckle on, you have to put the loop in there so that it stays in place. And when I'm talking about this, so these get riveted between 2 rivets so it stays in place and doesn't slide off the belt. And that way, when you buckle the belt and you pin it with whatever hole you need, then it goes right through there. So they sell those separately, but this one I made, and it came out pretty good. But this one came with a matching one for like $1.19, so it was worth it. And then let's see. This one I haven't put the holes in for the belt, and I brought the tool down here to show you. I have it's called a rotator leather punch. I got it at Hobby Lobby. It was $25, but I got it on clearance for $12.99. It has 5 different size holes that it'll punch. You just spin the wheel, you line up where you want the hole to go, and you squeeze it, and it punches a hole in the leather. I just have to see where I put it, because I can punch those holes now. That's the only thing I have to do to finish that belt, and then wrap it. So I can show that to you. Here it is. So this is what I'm talking about. It's a rotary leather punch. And so this, it just spins, and it starts out with like a really tiny size, and then the options get larger. That's like a fat one there. And a couple of them like shot. They're metal, but they tend to start splaying after you squeeze them a whole bunch of times. And I guess they sell replacements, and you just twist them off. There's like a little Allen key, and it comes with the Allen key to loosen it up. So some of these I've used, and it's like really sharp, and it's like, it's a mess. So the hole size has to be approximately the size of the peg, because if it's too big, it won't stay in. I think even a little bit smaller is better, so it stays snug. It's going to stretch over time anyway. So that one is, let me spin this. It's actually kind of, no, that's too big. I'm going to go with this one. So I'm going to punch the holes in here now. And this is just an estimate, because I'm making it myself. I can pretty much put as many as I want. This is a very large belt. I had to make a 48-inch belt. Absolutely. I think you're right. Thank you. Appreciate that. So you just line up where you want the hole in the middle. Make sure it's centered. And then give it a squeeze until you hear it hit the other side. And now this one, I went through 2 pieces of leather, so it took a little bit more. And I think this is one of the ones that size is shot. I've used it so many times. So I got to do it a second time. There we go. And sometimes I give it like a little spin to make sure it gets through to the other side. And it did, but it didn't go all the way through. I have to, let me empty this. Yeah, this one is shot. And I don't want to go up to the next size, because it's going to be too big. So I'm going to go right through the hole again and get to the bottom. There we go. It usually makes like you feel it. It goes, it's like, you can feel the different degrees of the leather being punched through. I'm gonna have to do a different size. That one's not working. I'll go up to this one. I'll go up one more size. Is this side that? I have to start buying replacement pieces, because I beat the shit out of this just using it for these belts. There you go. That's the sound you should hear. And that went just about right through. Yep. That's the hole. I'll do it again. So this is a fresh hole pegger. So listen to this. The first one is just shot. I have to replace it. It's worn out. And then I just spin it. So those are his holes for to buckle it. And then I'm going to put a couple more. I used the hole punch to make all the holes in that turquoise belt. So I definitely got my use out of it. And then I'll put another one down here at the bottom. So now his belt holes are in there. I made 5. I don't know if I need more than that. But who knows? Maybe if he loses a little weight, then he'll be able to make it tighter. I'll put one here. And then if he needs it to be more loose, I have them all the way at the beginning. I'll stick one more there. Just in case. Just in cases! Is that the middle? The light in here is terrible. Okay. Good. Done. Now I can wrap this. That was the only thing left that needed to be done. Let's see. Wait, I'm in upstate near Syracuse. Oh my gosh, I lived in Syracuse. My daughter's boyfriend and my daughter live in Eastwood in Syracuse. I'm going there New Year's, Christmas Eve. I live near in Hamilton. Where in Syracuse are you? You said, oh, you're near Syracuse. Hi. Is it Sticky Dan? Hi, Sticky Dan. Do I have an online shop? I don't. I mean, I tried to have an Etsy page. I had an Etsy page for a little while. Nobody wanted to buy anything. I had a bunch of shit. It's actually sold. I sold custom chicken outfits because I dressed my chickens for Christmas. I tried selling wine bottle holders. I make these wine bottle holders that float in the air. Like it's a piece of wood, it's a bird, or I have a rooster and a fish, and they balance on the tail and they stick up in the air, and the bottle of wine goes through the middle of it and it just stays balanced. But nobody wanted to buy stuff. I mean, I sold a couple of headboards made out of pallet wood, but I made hair sticks out of chopsticks that were painted. Oriskany Falls, I drive through there every freaking day. Holy shit. I go to Mario's Pizza. Do you know Mario's Pizza? I eat that pizza on my way home from work. You're like my neighbor. I had some rustic furniture on Etsy. Yeah, nobody wants to buy anything. They want everything for free. I made talking sticks for a while, which were these ancient Native American decorated sticks that you weren't allowed to talk unless you were given the talking stick. So I made a bunch of those. I had a bunch of things that were on Etsy, and I wound up, my contracting business took off so quickly that I couldn't keep up with the Etsy page, and I wound up just closing it down. It was when everyone was fighting 5 minutes from Mario's. We should get together. Holy shit. I have no friends. I tell everybody all the time. I joke around. They're like, oh, stop. Don't say that. I really don't. I just moved here. I don't know anybody. We should meet up. 5 minutes. I drove past there today. Let me get a beverage. So, one of my favorite things about decoupage, this is not really decoupage, but it kind of is. I make vases, and for flowers. And in the summertime, when I do a lot more landscaping for my favorite clients, I'll make a bunch of floral decoupage vases, and then I will cut flowers out of my garden, and I'll bring them to my client in the vase, and they get to keep it. So this is one that I made. Let me put this in the light. This is a peacock vase. I love peacocks, if you haven't told. So this is, I took it off the table for now because it's not for Christmas. So it's my peacock. I've been to the Salisville. I've been there twice because my small parts mechanic is the drummer in a band, and he's played there a few times. On Sunday they have music. So this is a peacock decoupage vase. It's made out of napkins, luncheon napkins. And this is the first decoupage vase I've ever made. It was just a mishmash of all flowered napkins. And 2 minutes. We should just meet somewhere. I had lunch with a friend today in Hamilton at the tavern. So this is what I keep, even though it's like my ugliest. I order napkins off of eBay, but they're expensive. They're gorgeous, but they're expensive. It's like $2 or $1.99, and you get 2 napkins. And it's literally 2 napkins. I'll show you some of them. I've started keeping an eye out for napkins in my travels. So I found this whole pack of napkins. This is hydrangea. But these are the napkins from eBay. I know it is a small world. I'm actually from Long Island originally. These are my eBay. So my daughter played piano for years. So I made her a vase out of, with piano stuff on it. But I've gotten some really pretty napkins. And you use Mod Podge. One of my favorite things about decoupage is just, it's absolutely mindless. You can't make it wrong. You can put a lot of thought into it if you want, but to me, I do decoupage when I don't want to think about anything and I just want to have fun making something, because it can come out any way you want it to, and you can't get it wrong. So I've picked out like a bunch of really pretty napkins. These just have words on them. I use them as background. I've gotten, these are the napkins I used on that vase with the peacocks. They're like peacock luncheon napkins. And all you do is you peel them. They're 2 layers, and you take the first layer off. I mean, I've got so many napkins in here. And decoupage is really easy to clean up. It's like, kind of like a wet paste. Like when you remember when we were kids, you had like the paste in the jar with the stick. It's like that, but it's the watered down version of it, and it is water based. So it cleans up really easily and it dries clear. So it goes on white and milky, and then when it dries nice and clear and shiny. And it comes in matte and shiny, and it's semi-waterproof. It's not entirely waterproof. So when I do the vase, it's like, see, it's like kind of, it's liquidy, but it's like a paste. I don't really know what it is. When I do the, I go to the inside of the top, just the top of the inside. And when I put water in them, they get like a little bit tacky, but then when they dry, it seals again. So it's not waterproof, but it's sort of water resistant. So I will make, I can make, what do you, definitely would love to have, oh, thank you. Yeah, you missed it earlier. I had somebody telling me I looked like something out of Ice Age and fucking, I don't know, all kinds of crazy shit. And so, welcome, nice to have you here. Would you rather see a seashell ornament being made or a vase? Do you guys have a preference? I can make something with birds, chickens, music notes, newspaper articles. What else is in here? Just paisley prints. What else do we have? Like toile. Or I can paint, so I can show you how we painted some of these ornaments. This I'm upset about. This is a really great paint. This was from Rust-Oleum. I got it on clearance. You can see how iridescent it is. It's a color changing spray paint. And it's supposed to be like all different blues and greens. And when you move it in the light, the color changes. And I used it for something once and it was beautiful. And now for some reason it's spraying clear. There's no blue. And I shake it to death and I just can't seem to get the color out of it. So I don't know if it's going to work, but I wanted to use it for an ornament on the peacock tree. So am I doing an ornament? Am I doing decoupage? What am I doing? Any preferences? Oh, and when I finish the whirligig for TJ, it's a crow. So I'm going to paint it black, but I got metallic black. So it won't just look like a flat black bird. And then I found this really cool holographic purple and turquoisey, purple and blue glitter that I can use with this. Cool. Ornament. Okay. So I have these left. I'll paint one of these. Let me put this stuff away. And then what I learned is when the paint is dry, you can go over the edges of it. I'll do another poinsettia because I'll use one of those. So I have gold. Where's the gold spray paint? I know, I just had it here. Oh no, you know what? I want a turquoise poinsettia, even though they don't. So I'm going to paint the ornament in a really pale turquoise in the background. And then, don't worry about it, because the spell check will take my correct words and make them wrong. And when I use voice text, it looks like I'm speaking another language. I'm going to paint the background very light. This is like a, what is this called? Hidden sea glass. And I'm going to put it on a hook because I use the hook to hold it while I'm painting it. I probably have paint all over this room. All right, close that out. So, and this will dry really fast too. All right, I think I got it uniform. Yeah, all right, so that's going to take a couple of minutes to dry. I've been hanging those up here. And then what I can do is grab another one. That's Hidden Sea Glass. What's this one? I can do, what other colors are here? I have the black, I don't want black. This one's gold. I'll do it with a gold one. I can do gold and turquoise also. Oh, I have a, oh, that one already painted. I painted that one. So I'll do a gold one, and that should dry pretty fast too. In fact, I'm going to put, that one's almost dry. I'm not doing a heavy background coat because it would take too long to dry, and I'm going to paint over it. So it's not going to, it won't matter much. So I just need to make sure that most of it's covered. And I'll show you how to paint that one while this one dries. Okay, so that one's gold. I'm going to let this one hang up here for a few minutes. And then I have to get my paint. My paints are right here. Let me get my paints out. So I'm going to do a turquoise poinsettia leaf. Because I don't see enough of those in the store. If I can buy them cheap, I will. But if I can't, I will just make them myself. So I will be using these colors. I have a phthalo green, but I want to make sure I mix some blues. I'm probably going to wind up having to mix my own color because none of these are exactly, some of them are too green, some are too blue. So I will just mix my own, which is what I did the other night. I have cardboard here. I have little plastic palettes all over, but I'm not going to bother getting those. Oh, and then I forgot. I have these colors. I brought the turquoise. I brought turquoises down from upstairs. So I have some turquoise, some teal, some aqua. And then I have paint pens in the event that you got to draw something really thin. And when, let's see, you can message me. Okay. That would be awesome. With the leather bag, that would be really cool. That would be awesome. I don't want to see you get rid of it, but if you do and you send it to me, I will make sure that I either take really good care of. I'll do whatever you want with it. Exactly with the voice text. So I found the other day, I'm going to tell you in advance, how I got the glitter on here was after the flower was dried, I went back with a thin paintbrush and painted just the edges with more red paint and then sprinkled just a little bit of red glitter on that one spot and dumped it off. I did the same thing. If you'll notice, I have different shades of the green glitter because I wanted the depth of the leaves to stay. So I have light green and dark green, and all I did was paint excess in that spot and just sprinkle that spot, and the other spots were dry. I even have yellow glitter on the middle section. So I got the glitter. I love glitter. So I have tons and tons of glitter in a variety of all different colors. I was saying earlier that I mixed my own because I wanted the turquoise to be darker, like more of a teal. And I have like a big jar of this. So I used a bunch of this with dark green, dark blue, medium blue, pale green. And I have it, and when I mixed them all together, I got a darker turquoise, which is what I used on the snowflake that I showed you a little while ago. This bottle's a little dirty. The color is really cool. I don't know if you can see that. It's a much darker turquoise teal than, is that better? Oh, I spilled it. but it's still turquoise. It's really cool how you can mix it like paint. And then, so for the poinsettia, I'm going to use that on the poinsettia leaves because I like that shade. And I'm going to use a little bit of this, and then I'll get the green. So this is like a grassy green, and then this is like a Christmassy green. One of them has like a yellowish color to it. This one has a little more yellow in it. So I use those for the leaves of the poinsettia, and let me see if that is dry yet. Oh, almost. It's just barely tacky. So I'm going to grab a chair because I did that the other night. I was better off sitting here. My paintbrush is in a dirty cup of water. And then I did look up. I initially looked up a picture of a poinsettia leaf just to make sure it's not going to be exact, just something close. This one's a good one. And I use that as a reference, but I don't need to at this point. All right, just took more glitter. I'm gonna use this paper bag for my paint. And I'm gonna squeeze out. Let me lower this. See if you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to squeeze out little blurbs of paint. Oh, this one's pretty. Viridian. I'm gonna mix some of this. I need to get a squish. Oh, that's pretty. I like that color. And I feel bad. I show you guys the colors in the camera. They don't look the same when I'm looking at them in the lens. They don't look the same as they do. I just put that one. Okay. Is this one the phthalo green? Yeah. So I have two of them marked phthalo green. Let me pull this blue. This one I might have to pop. This one, yeah, this one's new. I'm going to take the... Okay. Now, that's really blue. Definitely too blue. I'm going to show you these colors in a second. Because I always have broken phone stands. I can't find a decent phone stand. And so the phone stand that I have right now, the part that holds the phone is gone. I don't know where it went. So my phone, I packing taped it just to the stand that goes up and down so I can't tip it. So these are the paints. I just squirt a few of them out like that. And I'm going to mix a couple of the dark ones with the lighter ones and that little tiny bit of blue to get a shade. Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty. All right, this is going to be my base. I like this color here. And if I don't like it, once I get it on the Christmas ball, I can always paint right over it and change it. So that's this one. Let's see how I can do this. So is this side dry? That one's still, that side's wet. This side is like a little drier. Yeah, this side I must have done a thinner coat. So I'm just gonna start painting like poinsettia leaves. And I'll adjust them as I make them. Like they'll look very different later. And you know what? All right. That top of the ornament almost came off. Hang on, I'm having technical difficulties with the top of this ornament. Yeah, I gotta squeeze this. Okay. All right. Hope that stays. And then I'm just gonna keep going. I gotta move this way. So just your basic, very basic, 2D. This thing's not going to stay on. I'm going to grab my glue gun and hot glue that bitch into place for a minute. Otherwise, it's going to pop off. And then I'm going to be pissed because while I'm painting it, it's going to drop. It's going to fall into the wrong color glitter. I know it. Let me grab my... So hot glue will hold it in place, but I can peel it off later when I don't want it. I'm just going to heat this up a little bit. And I gotta mix more of that color. this and this. And I don't even care if each petal is a different shade, because when the light hits it, I just kind of think it's cool. I don't like when things are too uniform and too perfect. I like them imperfect. Let's see. Turquoise. Look, I just love turquoise. I mean, everything in my house is either red or turquoise. I call it peacock because it's not always turquoise. Sometimes it's teal, sometimes it's aqua, sometimes it's bluish. Anything, any color that you see on a peacock, I just call everything peacock. If you see it on a peacock, I love it. So, is this warmed up? I had this on a little while ago, so it might not take that long. Now it's cooled off. I wish Anne was here. Anne didn't make it in tonight. Anne's one of my subscribers, and she always comes onto the live videos, and she's just fucking awesome. I miss Ingrid. Ingrid was my friend on here, and she disappeared a while back. I haven't seen her in a while. I miss her too. But my daughter invited me to her house. I got invited for my birthday for dinner. It's like, I'm kind of excited about it, kind of not. I don't know what she's going to cook. Yeah, see, this is coming out clear. That pisses me off. All right. This, because that would have been so fucking cool. Color changing. Blue Cosmos changes color at every angle. Color shift. I'm getting pissed at Rust-Oleum. I'm starting to move to Bear. Bear, their shit doesn't clog up. I mean, I bought 10 cans of the Rust-Oleum glitter, gold glitter spray, and 6 out of 10 cans just didn't work. All right, I think I got some glue coming out of here. I just want to glue this, the top of this ornament to the ornament so it doesn't pop off while I'm painting. I'll just peel it off later. And if it takes the paint with it, I'll just touch up the paint. All right. That should hold. I got gobs of it all over. One thing I can't stand that fucking string. All right, get rid of those string stretches. That's so annoying. All right, so let me get this off the floor. All right, now we should be cooking with Crisco. We had pecan. I escaped. They do make obnoxious noises, but I actually have. So I don't know. It sounds like a few of you are new here, which is it's great. So I run a chicken rescue, and I have 2 separate flocks in the barn. One is the rehabbed flock where they're all normal and they get along. There's no issue. And then I have the special needs flock where there's nothing wrong with them anymore. They're rehabbed, but for whatever reason, they can't go with the regular flock because they're either too small and they'll get picked on, or they have, like, one of them has one eye. One of them was born with no butt. That's not at all because she has no at all. And then we have Taylor who has rye tail. So she's crooked. Her butt looks like it went folded to the side. And I got a couple of rescues from Tractor Supply last spring. They have, I check in with them and they give me the ones that they have to put in the back room where there's either something wrong with them or they're getting picked on. And I wound up with a guinea hen. And I've never had a guinea hen before. And talk about obnoxious noises. It's the guard dog for chickens because it warns them about any threat. And it's the loudest obnoxious noise, much like a peacock. I have wanted peacocks for years, and I will get peacocks at some point. I just want to make sure that I know what I'm doing. Like, I don't know, the price of eggs goes up and people run out and buy chickens and then they can't take care of them. So I don't want to get peacocks until I really, until I'm comfortable enough knowing that I can take care of them and I have enough land for them because they're known to just walk. You fucker! I just glued it and it fucking fell off. Cocksucker. Fucking, that's so fucked up. Ugh. It fell off fast faster with the fucking hot glue. Hang on. Let me glue the inside of this thing. That was so messed up. I didn't think I could put any more glue on that thing. As soon as I picked it up, it fell. All right. Fucker. Now I got fingerprints in the fucking paint. All right, let's try that. I'll just hold it like that for a while. I got fingerprints all over the fucking thing now. Did you catch that? Yeah, they are guard dogs. Wait, the peacocks or the guinea hens? Hi, independent thinker! Hi, independent thinker! We're making Christmas ornaments. I'm making peacock. We would get along great. Aren't you the one? Are you the one that lives like right near me? Is that Wade? Wade lives. Wade Bell. Are you the one that lives so close to me? Independent thinking. Howdy. So independent. I just was saying how I got an invitation to my daughter's house to my daughter's apartment for birthday dinner, and I told TJ tonight, I'm like, be careful what you ask for because you might get it. I'm like scared because I have to eat it, and I don't know. And she's told me she's been experimenting with different squash sauce recipes. I'm like, honey, you don't have to do that. Why don't we just go out to eat? I'll pay. I don't want to see you go to all that trouble. I don't want to see you spend money on food. I'll just take us all out. She's like, no, I want to. I'm like, you're in Alabama? I thought you were in like Tennessee. Independent. Why did I think you were in Tennessee? Are you on vacation or did you move? When I was in Tennessee last year, I found the best and crazy but neat way to fry chicken. How? Please tell me. All right, so this is the first layer. It doesn't have any dimension to it. It's just a bunch of petals. And then when I was looking online, what they do, with the picture I saw online, they use like black for a shadow. And you just want to create, when I do with the black, you have to create a shadow. Oh, here. So that you can see the difference between, because the poinsettias have like 3 layers. It's like the bigger leaves are on the bottom, and then the smaller ones in the middle, and then the smaller ones on top. And so I'm going to make shadows with the black paint. And then you'll be able to see one layer to the next. And that is going to be with a thinner brush, like this one. And so I'm going to get rid of more of this glue string. Oh, I gotta go this way. Let me turn this. All right. So I'm just gonna paint up the middle, has a shadow, and then like veins, and then this one gets like a vein. But then, oh. And then you have to do like a line for like where this leaf ends. And then I'm going to put another layer of petals in between that go here. Like this. Am I in the camera? All right. Can you see that? Go this way. And then add the line over here. So that the smaller petal shows, I don't know if it's coming through clearly. And then, hang on. Is that better? Maybe if the light was, okay, I think there's like a glare. There we go. So I'm using the black just as like a shadow. And then if you look at like, if you look up online, poinsettia, you'll see it looks like they have black veins, but they don't really. It's just sort of like for the picture. Like this one. So you can see the depth between the different layers of leaves. And what I'm also going to do is I think I'm going to make the next layer of leaf on it lighter. Because the red one I didn't do that with. And I could have. Fucking glue strings. I'm going to put a little bit of a lighter turquoise in with it so that the layer above is lighter. There we go. Oops, too much. So let me mix this and this. And then this. All right, so I'm going to do this color for this row. And then these will be smaller petals. There. And then this one will be a smaller petal. Like that. And then I'll put one here. And then I'll put one more down here in between these two. So now it's like two different layers. And I gotta do the detail in between. So I'm giving it a shadow underneath here. Not always necessarily just on the petal itself, but underneath the petal, like that. And like here. All right. Have you thought about a little LED light inside the ornament? I have that on the ones hanging in the window. That would be cool. The only thing is, like a lot of the stuff I've added, I have all those battery operated LED lights. They're a pain in the ass to turn on and off. That's a great idea. Those have the LED lights in them that I made out of the paper lanterns. Those are the ones that Walmart was selling. I wasn't spending $60 on them, so I made those with styrofoam and those paper lanterns that collapse. I put the LED lights inside of that, and every night it's a pain in the ass to turn them on. That would be cool for something like this, though. I need the black. Let's see, anyone else? I'll get you one. I have to read your recipe for fried chicken a little bit later, independent. I promise I'll go back and read it. But you know me, I bounce all over the place, and if I start talking about fried chicken, I'll be in the kitchen making it in 2 minutes. All right. So this is... All right, so I've got a little more depth in between the leaves. And then I forgot to put the yellow out. Got to do the little yellow dots in the middle and then I'm going to show you the glitter because I kept the flower pretty basic last night because if I'm going to cover it with glitter, I don't know how much I have to put leaves behind it. I don't know how much definition it's going to need when it's going to get covered in glitter. So I started out with a yellow paint pen last night and they came out with really nice dots, but they just weren't big enough and the color it was too transparent. So I'm just using a little tiny, really thin paintbrush with some yellow paint that I'm just gonna dab. So it's like, I fucking hot glue stretched on this thing again. Son of a bitch. See that? That's so annoying. All right, so we're going to go here. I need more. I can't see it. I can't see it. I get it, the camera. This is not. Here we go. I need it on the tip. Hey, independent thinker. I did something naughty and something funny. I was thinking about going out like this, but I haven't gone out like this yet. Hold on. I'm gonna hang this up for a second. Sidebar. I don't know. Some of you may have been here earlier when that Dick was here and I showed you what I'm wearing. Okay. Independent, you ready? I was just looking to get kissed under the mistletoe. French kisses only. I put fucking mistletoe on my belt buckle. I cannot believe I haven't seen somebody do that before already. I'm sure somebody has. But I thought of it the other day and I was like, there was an ugly sweater party at a local place I was gonna go. And I'm like, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I got lucky. I can handle that. Oh my gosh. So where's my ornament? All right. So this is the basic poinsettia in turquoise. Now I'm going to show you how I put the glitter on with paint, because most of this is dry at this point. It's acrylic paint. My lips are chapped. It dries quickly, and at least even if it's not fully dry, it's dry enough that if you were to pour glitter on it, it wouldn't be tacky enough to stick. So I'm going to repaint the edges that I want to have glitter on, and then I'll show you the spots and how I pour it on. So we've got, this is the darker glitter that I like, that I made, and I'm going to use the darker green that I mixed originally. And I'm just going to put a few spots like, let's see, right along here, along this edge, right there. I'll do along this edge here, and I'll do along this edge back here. And then I'm going to sprinkle the glitter just on those spots. And where's this one? And now it has just the line of glitter on each petal. And then I'll do the middle petal. I mean, I'll do more of them, but I just don't do that many at one time, just in case I forget where all the paint is. I don't want to get the wrong color on it. So now I'll use a different shade of turquoise. And I'll do some interior petals, and those petals are supposed to be a little bit lighter. So I'm going to use a lighter glitter. And I'm going to go with the one that is just pre-mixed. I like extra fine, or fine and extra fine. Sometimes super fine, but oops. And now the center ones have a lighter glitter. I don't know if you guys are seeing this clearly or not. Is that? There you go. That's a little bit better. So each petal has a different shade of paint and a different shade of glitter. And then I do want to do the edges of the outer one in the darker glitter that I didn't get. I only did a few of them. So I'll do some more of those here. And the best part is, now that the petals are half and half, the glitter will overlap and give it depth. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so now the glitter ends right where the other petal starts. So you can see it's almost three-dimensional. It gives it more of that, not three-dimensional necessarily, but like two-dimensional. Gives it a little bit of depth and doesn't make it look so flat. So I'm going to do a little bit down here. And then this side here. So now each of the petals, and I'm not even doing the whole petal, just outlining it. I had it on my back belt loop at work. Really? Oh, could kiss your ass. I could see you doing that, independent. That sounds like you. All right, so I'm going to, I don't love this glitter on here. I don't love how it came out, but I'm gonna leave it for now. I do want to put the yellow dots on more noticeable, and I get them wet again because I'm going to dump some yellow glitter on the dots in the middle where the little flower, the pistons or something, whatever they're called. Where's my yellow glitter? Here it is. So use this one. And now that just makes it sparkly. When it's done, I want to put some leaves on. I forgot to paint leaves. So I'm going to hang this back up for a second and get some green paint out. I'm going to have to use a really dark green. Otherwise, you're not going to see the difference between the petals. Or I can use a really pale green. But I need something that's going to have a difference from the turquoise petals. Let me do this one. So, maybe I don't know. I'll try one green petal, and if it doesn't look good, oh, this came out pretty good. I should have put these on first. So there's like a little leaf, and then I'll add another leaf behind it. And then, I don't like that one. I'll fix this one. All right. So those are 2 leaf petals. I'm going to put another one on the opposite side. And I don't even care if this is all filled in with the green, because what I'm going to do is put glitter on it. And that'll fill it in. And we can call this one done. Just put a little petal here to balance out. It needs just a little one. All right, so that's there. And now for the little one, I'm going to do the lighter grassy, yellowy green glitter. And then I'll do the same thing on this one. And then I'm going to use the dark green on the bigger petal. Oops. All right. Here you go. And then I'm going to just spray it with, normally it would be like a clear sealant, but I found this Mod Podge spray I have. And the Mod Podge spray is super, super shiny. And that stops the glitter from falling off. and it makes it shiny. All right, so now this is all sprayed, so it'll stay nice and shiny. I will hang it up, and if it drips, I'll just dab the underside of it with a towel, with a napkin, very lightly, and then the glitter won't fall off of this, and you'll have a turquoise poinsettia. Not my best work, but we're just being crafty. And actually, that is dripping. I want to hang that over the cardboard so that it doesn't drip onto the pool table, and it drips onto the cardboard that I have protecting it. And then if it's gonna drip, I just go like this. Where is it? It's a little drip. I just touch the drip and not necessarily the ornament. Just a little tap, tap, tap. And then it takes those drips off and they don't dry like that. And then you don't mess up the paint either. Okay. You guys have any questions? Oh my gosh, it's been an hour and 15 minutes. So this is going to go on the turquoise tree. And then this one I just made the other day because I wanted to have the glitter look like it ran down the ornament. This is going to go on the gold, the red and gold tree, because I wanted something other than just regular gold. I have like a bronze and brown gold. So this is going to get sprayed and just go on the gold tree, the red and gold tree. But I need to wrap up, get my paintbrushes cleaned again. Do you guys have any questions? I'm going to I'll make a video about the belts, specifically by itself, where it'll just actually be a video instead of live, because it's too hard to do when it's live. But I'll show you the whirlybird when it's done. And I think that's... All right. That's it? No one has any questions? Then I'm going to go take my Dollar Tree ornaments. This is not even an ornament, but I'm going to put a hook on it and hang this on the tree. And then the other stuff I'm going to hang. But why is it not turning? Independent, see my tree? It's one of them. Yeah, I can get a pen. Hold on. Let me grab a pen. Yeah, I have a pen right in my pouches. Let me grab one. Ooh. Somehow I don't know what I just did. Are you guys still there? I almost ended it by mistake, and somehow I managed to find a resume button. Cool. Oh, by the way, independent, I bought myself all my own Christmas presents this year and wrapped them and put them under the fucking tree. And I filled my stocking. I once got a stocking from my ex-husband, dickhead. Such a dick. Didn't get me a stocking at all. And when he felt foolish about not having made me a stocking, he went in the kitchen, dumped the bread out of a bread bag, ran to the gas station, put 2 packs of cigarettes in it, grabbed an apple from the kitchen, and handed me the fucking plastic bag. I think that was the one time my kids were just like, what? Like, even they felt bad. So now I'll just make my own fucking stockings. I wasn't going to do, I wasn't going to do decorations this year. The reason I did that was because TJ did something that was probably the nicest thing. I have a pen, by the way. It was the nicest thing I think he's ever done. And it was because when I moved, my tree was still up and decorated at his house, and I hadn't ever picked it up. And I'm like, fuck it, TJ, I'm not decorating this year. Just plug the tree and you can use it. And he knew I felt bad. So when he was coming over to help me hang the wreath, I just show you the wreath that's outside. I epoxied a 9-foot wreath. He took my whole tree apart on his lunch break, packed all the ornaments, all of my bird ornaments. He separated them the way I would have, individually packed them all, and brought me the fucking tree. Otherwise I wouldn't have had a fucking decoration up this year. When I got the tree, he motivated me to do the rest of the decorations. I'm going to take you outside for a second because I'm alone. You know what? I'm alone. No one comes over. I don't know why I bother either. But I just love the decorations so much that I figured I would do it for me. And then when I realized how many boxes and bins I had to bring down from upstairs and from the garage, I'm like, I'm not going to do it. Because even if the kids didn't help me years ago, at least like they were present, or TJ would get the boxes for me. It was like, I can't do all this by myself, just for me. So, but I wound up doing it. Hold on. Here's my nutcracker. Oh, my nutcracker's not lit. Hold on. Oh. Oh. Where's the... Why isn't it? Hold on a second. He makes noise. Did it I like to leave just the lights on because it's annoying. It plays all the time. So I got this on clearance at Lowe's. All right, hang on. So here's my outside. I got wreaths up. But I get that. Oh, the gift box. I made this gift box with the epoxy on the epoxy project. So this is just a regular cardboard box that I wrapped in regular wrapping paper and I covered it with epoxy. So now it's waterproof and it can stay outside. And then, hold on. Oh, I got that from Hobby Lobby on clearance. And then look, there's the one tree through that window. And then the other tree is through that window. But there's the, I did my posts with the wreaths and the lamps. Here's the huge wreath. I couldn't get on the house to hang it because we had a storm the other day. But this was on, it's starting to fall because we had a big storm. This is, I epoxied. See how shiny it is? I epoxied the whole thing after trimming the shrubs. So I made this out of my own shrubs. And then it's like 5 feet across and 9 feet around. And I poured epoxy all over it. And then I have chickens in the garden. There's my Christmas hen. And then I got my rooster. I can't believe I got this. This was on clearance at Lowe's last week. I've been spending more time at Lowe's. I've been finding some stuff there. All right, that's it. Questions, comments? I made a mess out of my house again. Oh, Independent, you have to see what we do with the elf on the shelf. Come on. There's the elf on the shelf. And the other one is it's in the bathroom. Did I get it? I have a pen. Were you the one that was? My mistletoe fell off my belt. All right. Did you ask me to get a pen, or was that somebody else? I have a pen. I've had a pen the whole time, but I didn't shut up. Is it? Are you? Who asked me for a pen? Oh. I have a pen. Somebody asked me to get a pen. Oh. It's not showing. What's not showing? What's not showing? I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be seeing or what. What am I missing, Wade? Wade Bell. I gotta find my cigarettes. I'm gonna wait for you to answer, and I'm gonna go get my cigarettes. Now that I've rearranged my furniture in the living room, I have to duck so I don't hit my head on the fucking ceiling fan light. Oh, hold on. Okay, hold on. I got that. I got 3. I got that part. Hang on. Well, that's ballsy. Okay. Gotcha. And then somebody else can say something else for a little while, and then you can pop something else in. With that mistletoe, my face would look like a glazed donut. You're such an ass. I was telling someone earlier, I'm like, somebody's gonna kiss me under the mistletoe. Only French kisses. Oh, hang on. My daughter's texting me. All right, so I got the same 3 twice, unless there's a delay. My daughter's texting me. Can I see that? I can't see it right now. I think she's working on recipes. She's making me nervous. All right, so I got the same 3 digits 3 times. I got 404, 404, 404. Holy shit, it's almost an hour and a half. Wade, you might be better off putting a comment on one of the videos and then tell me what video. I'll get a notification that there's a comment on a video, and then I can go in, and then from there, you can delete your comment afterwards. That would probably be the safest bet if you're trying to do what I think you're trying to do. I got glitter in my nose. All right, okay, I got the area code. Okay. And then the last 3 digits that I've been getting, is that the next set? Or you can put a comment on one of my videos. That way you can delete it. I wouldn't leave it up. Yes. Okay. And then so I have the first 2 sections. Why are you calling me granny and then telling me I look good? You don't ask me how old I am. How much do you fucking weigh? Where are these people coming from tonight? I have like the nicest fucking people in the world that come on this channel. I've been so fortunate to have the nicest people ever. And then all of a sudden tonight, out of the woodwork, comes the fucking peanut gallery. Fucking granny. I'll run circles around your ass. Oh, he retracted it. That was smart. Thank you. That was nice of you. All right, so then wait, the rest of it, I have to wrap it up. Okay. Okay. I was going to say, how stupid am I? Sharp as a marble. Let me go get my phone. I'm on it. Gotcha. All right. So I have that written down. Hold on, right here. Okay. Questions or comments, feel free to leave them. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And if I don't see you before Christmas, have a very Merry Christmas. I love you guys. Good night. How do I end?